Abel Damina, jealous of Pastor Paul Enenche? With the latest updates and the latest going on in the body of Christ, it's beginning to look like Abel Damina's actions were born out of jealousy. How true is that? This and more you will get to know in this video. You're welcome to my channel. I'm Ami React. Over here I do gist, I do reactions and all that good stuff. Kindly do well by liking the video. Kindly do well by subscribing to the channel. We all know Pastor Paul Enenche, the General Overseer of Dunamis International Center, Abuja. There have been a lot of drama surrounding him and Abel Damina this period, which I'll be bringing the full gist to you guys very soon. But there is something I noticed here, and I have to be sincere with you. Many of this drama, or will I say 90% of this drama, started because Abel Damina went to a podcast and spoke about Pastor Paul Enenche's marriage issues with Pastor Becky Enenche, which is the wife of the pastor, which I feel, first of all, is a no-no. Although Pastor Paul Enenche is yet to give a direct reply to Abel Damina, but so many people are assuming that the recent message Pastor Paul Enenche had in one of the Sunday service was directed to Abel Damina, which I'll be talking about in the next video. I just feel that Abel Damina, next time you're going to a podcast or an interview, I want you to know that you should try as much as possible not to call names or involve other people in your discussion. Because if I want to be sincere with you, Abel Damina talking about Pastor Paul Enenche's marriage issues in that podcast was a no-no. It was embarrassing, it was unprofessional, and did not even give any sign of a child of God. Talk more of a pastor. You might be asking me, what are the marriage issues Abel Damina spoke about in the podcast? He was just saying how Pastor Becky Enenche's mother wasn't in support of the marriage and that he had to interfere, he had to beg, and a lot. Which to me, I feel this is something that happened in private. This is something that happened years back. This is something that involves somebody's marriage. You don't come out and make a content of it or talk about it. It's wrong. There are so many things you would have said about Pastor Paul Enenche. You didn't have to bring his marriage into it, saying that it was even you. I would have loved to put a clip here, but I'll do that in my next video. Saying it was even you that settled his marriage dispute. Nobody you will tell, even if you are in good terms with that person, nobody you will tell that will be happy with you. Because people have boundaries. Their marriage, their children, their private information. Now the whole world knows that there was a time Pastor Paul Enenche and his wife, a mother, had issue, and Abel Damina was the one that settled it. So this one is a little caution for Pastor Abel Damina and any other pastor that will go to an interview or a podcast. Please stick to the business of that day, which is preaching the message of Christ. Stop involving people in your talks. And to even be sincere, this whole drama happening in the body of Christ, is it supposed to happen? Imagine pastors are now throwing shades at each other. There was even one Apostle Takim said, which I'll be talking about in my next video. Imagine pastors now throwing shades at each other, saying your church is not full. That is why you are jealous. Can you imagine? Saying you're a failed pastor. That is why you are jealous. If this can happen in the body of Christ, then what is the message that we are preaching to unbelievers or to those baby Christians that are trying to get their step in Christianity? So I feel with Abel Damina's action, there is a little sprinkle of jealousy in it. A little sprinkle. That's why I said a little sprinkle. A little. It was from this we now started even knowing that Abel Damina and Pastor Paul Enenche, they have even been close for a while. To the extent that Abel Damina was even part of those that helped secure the Dunamis land and a lot of things. And I'm asking, since these people were this close, what happened that Abel Damina spoke so poorly of him to the extent that it has now degenerated to this, because Pastor Paul Enenche has never come out to talk about Damina. That is why I'm saying it is Damina that started this whole issue. But Paul Enenche has never spoken to Damina directly or indirectly. He has been on his own. Although he's yet to give a full message or to reply Damina, but there is this video trending of a man that was saying a lot about Damina, which I'll also be bringing to this channel. Although in the video going viral, that people are saying allegedly might be the reply of Pastor Paul Enenche to Damina, he was talking about people not being disciplined. A pastor not being disciplined, a pastor's wife not being disciplined, a pastor's wife shouting at the pastor in the front of the congregation, taking out of church money, a pastor's wife that does not know the difference between church money and house money. He spoke a lot about discipline. A pastor not having discipline, a pastor that he was just saying how you should not be friends, or you should not be with people that do not have Christ-like mind. And he said a lot, which now has indirectly also exposed fractures in Damina's marriage. But now we can't even confirm if that message was directed to Damina, because when two people are having issues, whatever A say, they will look for a way to coin it and say A is referring to B. So now people are assuming, does it mean that Pastor Abel Damina's wife used to take from church money to go to market? People are now assuming, does it now mean that Pastor Abel Damina and his wife used to fight in front of congregation? People are now assuming, does it mean that Pastor Abel Damina and his wife are having issues? All these things would have been avoided just because one man went to a podcast and started mentioning names he's not supposed to mention. But do not worry, in my other videos, I will speak more on this. Feel free to drop your opinions in the comment section. Do you think Abel Damina is jealous of Pastor Paul Enenche, or do you think this is just a misunderstanding and that God is going to heal his church? But to me, my final note on this particular topic is that this is shameful, this is disgraceful, and this is not the kind of message or the kind of drama we want to see from the body of Christ. What we want to see from the body of Christ is love. When pastors are fighting each other, tell me how we preach love to the congregation. The body of Christ is one, and anybody trying to divide that body, I know that my Father in heaven will sweep that person off. That's all I have for you in this video, my beautiful people. Do all to like, do all to subscribe. I remain Ami React. Over here, I do gist, I do reactions and all that good stuff. Kindly do well by liking the video. Kindly do well by subscribing to the channel. I'll definitely see you in my next one, guys. Bye.